going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chucky! I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. All right, I've got two different cases in front of Judge Simpson for you. Two different defendants, two different thruples, all in the same day. I don't think I have to say anything else. All right, before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
First calls case of the People versus James Johnson.
Prosecuting attorney working with on behalf of people.
Sam Bernstein for Mr. Johnson, Your Honor.
Here. Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Not much. You look good in orange.
No.
All right.
Oh, yeah. So we're asking the court to please set this for a preliminary exam, Your Honor.
We have all discovery shared with the exception of the 911 call that was requested earlier this week. It should be over to Mr. Bernstein by the latest on Monday. My expectation would be more likely that it gets to him tomorrow. When the court, I would like to address that.
Why don't you go ahead and address Colin?
So I understand in this case, bond is currently set at 10,000, cash or surety with no 10% privilege. We did request 150,000 on this case originally. I understand he has his bond currently denied out of the circuit court, and multiple holds in this case. I am actually requesting that bond be raised today, as well as his phone privileges be revoked. I am concerned because the way that I see this playing out is that he was taken into custody for this event that occurred back on May 2nd. After he was taken into custody, he was in custody for a period of time, then was released. Before he was released, we had stipulated to adjourn this case to May 23rd. On that date, he failed to appear and a bench warrant was issued. He was then picked up and arraigned on the bench warrant on July 9th and given the 10,000 cash surety without 10% privilege. In the time that he was in custody before he was released and since he has been picked up, he has called the victim 105 times at her personal number, as well as called the family line 110 times, where the victim answers that phone among other people a number of times. I don't know what contact he had with the victim while he was out of custody, but given his failure to appear previously, as well as the extensive violations in the form of calling the victim, I would be asking for him to be increasing his phone privilege to be revoked today.
Your Honor, as far as the phone calls go, Mr. Johnson states adamantly that he's not called Miss Vesey. He says that it was another woman that he's been calling, and that he has not had any contact with Miss Vesey since he's been in jail by phone, Your Honor.
I apologize. It is the victim's phone number because the victim has called our office and provided that phone number that he has called 105 times as her point of contact to our office.
That's my phone. That's not her number. I call my other girlfriend. That's my phone.
He says he's calling his other girlfriend, Your Honor. I'm sure Miss Barossa will get me the.
All right, there we go. You could hear him whisper. I was calling my other girlfriend. I wasn't calling this girlfriend. It was the other one. Oh, man. Oh, man. I mean, you know what they say? More girlfriends, more trouble. Is that what they say? I don't think that's what they say. I think I just made that up.
Phone calls. I'll listen to them ASAP. If there's something different, then I'll know within like a day or two. I know what Miss Vesey sounds like on the phone, so I'll be able to tell whether it's her or not.
You want to say something, Your Honor? Usually doesn't work well, but go ahead.
I know.
Yeah, the number that I've been calling, I'm in I got two girlfriends. One is Mrs. VC and the other is Jaleesa. I called Jaleesa off of my phone number. It's an 858 number. It's registered to my name. It's in my name. Miss VC's phone number, I do not call at all. And when I was coming out here, I seen Miss VC in the back. Miss VC can attest to you. I ain't called her or I haven't called her. I know the contact order, so I know I ain't supposed to have no contact with Mrs. VC at all. So I called my other girlfriend, which is Jaleesa. And then once you hear the phone, once you get the phone records, the 100 and whatever times, I'm not too for sure how many times I called her, but once you get the phone records and you hear the phone records, you will clearly hear that it's not Mrs. VC, it's Miss Jaleesa that I am talking to on the phone. Now, if you can hear the records as well, you hear me on that phone call, those same phone calls, telling Jaleesa that I cannot have no contact with Mrs. VC, and for her, I can't have no third party contact as well with Mrs. VC. So once y'all able to get the contact or the phone records or whatever to my attorney in this court, y'all can listen to them and make the determination. But I don't call Mrs. VC, and Mrs. VC is in the.
All right, well, let me ask you this then, since you decided to volunteer this, as between your two girlfriends, would there be any reason they would share a number?
No, there's no reason that they would share. No.
So why would the prosecutor indicate that the number that the victim in this case gives them to contact her is the same number that you're calling from the jail?
Now that I don't know. I don't know why she would indicate that or what even would give the indications that I'm talking to Mrs. VC, but Mrs. VC is right there.
Okay, do these two women know each other?
Yeah, they know each other for
Oh.
sure. I mean, like I said, we was in a three-way relationship, so like they know each other for sure.
Okay.
And Mrs. VC right there, if you would like to call her up here,
No.
or she can attest it. I can't talk to her. I got both of them pregnant at the same. You know what I'm saying? So like,
To be fair to James, Your Honor, what we're not hearing.
Wait, what? He got both of them pregnant at the same time. Oh, did you see Judge Simpson right when he said that? He leaned back in his chair and he's just like, man, this is already not my favorite defendant. James Johnson's been in front of him a bunch of times. He's the one who made the comment. This is about a year ago when he called him the N-word and made another comment about that afterwards. This was while, the Zoom hearings were going on. Yeah, already not a good report.
Hearing is anything about the substance of those calls, whether he's talking about court or proceedings or anything directly related to Miss VC.
The same time?
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Checking.
yeah.
Go ahead. No, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bernstein. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I was just saying, Judge, what we're not hearing is the substance of those calls that relate specifically to Miss VC. Anything that would indicate that it is Miss VC herself. We're talking about the number, but as far as like what's on those calls, I mean, what we're not hearing does kind of support what James is saying, that he wasn't calling Miss VC, Your Honor.
Okay, so there's no way without me seeing, I mean, you haven't seen them, Mr. Bernstein, that we're going to know. But my posture on those cases is that if the people are representing to me that the number is the same, I don't know what's going on. Doesn't matter to me. All I know is that the number is the same. I'm not sure what those conversations are. Mr. Bernstein will listen to it, but this time I'm going to revoke your phone privileges. And certainly, Mr. Bernstein, after you hear the calls, if the court needs to reconsider that, I will entertain that and potentially restore his phone privileges. Okay.
That means is when you revoke my phone privilege, is it to that number or is it to all my family?
I'm sorry.
Because I call my grandmother, my other kids, mothers, and all that. So is it revoking that number?
I get you. I'm just saying that what I'm hearing right now is that you violated a condition of your bond. You're telling me you haven't. I've got this phone number. Your counsel hasn't heard it. So what I'm saying is I am, as an initial position, going to revoke your phone privileges. He'll get the phone messages. He'll be able to get to you. They can get to me. I'm not saying I might not restore them, but at this point, this is what I'm going to do. Okay?
All right.
I'll get on it fast.
Yeah, because I need to talk.
So his phone privileges at this time are revoked. With reference to the bond amount, when is the other hearing
August.
on?
It shouldn't.
August 7th.
So, and that's the case that bond's been denied.
Yes.
So, okay,
He's not going anywhere anyway,
Well,
so.
I know. I get that. That was going to be my point. I just wanted to check the dates. And so I'm just going to continue his bond as it's currently sat until we can get to the bottom of it, because he's going to have a preliminary examination before that other case comes up. I'll set preliminary examination in person, July 30th, 2024, 9 a.m. That's before me. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Same time. Court calls case people state of Michigan versus.
All right, that was case one. Mr. Johnson. Having a few issues there. All right, next one. This was about an hour later. Same docket, same day. This all happened about 2 hours ago. All right.
Court calls case people versus Tommy Parks III.
Thank you, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Costin Muldace on behalf of Tommy Parks. My right, Mr. Parks, could you state your full name for the record?
Tommy Parks III, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, today's day and time set for PCC. At this time, we would be asking for exam.
Discovery is complete.
Yes, as far as I'm concerned.
People would have their witnesses available the 30th.
We'll do our best, Your Honor.
Maybe address bond when appropriate, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination, July 30th, 2024, 9 a.m. That is before Judge Fresh Hour. Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. We would be asking for a PR bond while my client awaits his exam. He does have an alternate place to stay. He is willing to go on a tether if the court deems it appropriate. Wants to get back to his family, and he does have seizures, unfortunately, and requires medication for that. He also has a job interview on Monday with Walmart, so we are going at 1:30. So we would just ask for a PR bond in this matter, Your Honor.
Response from the people.
All right, before the people's talk, does anyone else get really excited when they see Q? I always do. I get excited when I see him. For everyone that knows, you know. Anyways, he's got a job interview coming up. Let's let him out of jail. Let's go. And he's got two girlfriends he's got to take care of. So he needs that job.
Actually addressed on and asked you to revoke the jail calls. He's been calling the victim. It's 18 calls placed with his phone number. They actually talk about the case, talk about a rib still being hurt, about her not coming to court. So I'm concerned that he's not filing bond while he's in bond conditions while he's in jail. Since he's not going to file bond until he's released. So I'm asking you to revoke the jail calls and remain bond, keep on the same.
Your Honor, my response would be that my client denies that he called the alleged victim in this case. There is another person that he is in a relationship with.
Again?
That's
Your Honor, if I may, we're in a monogamous relationship.
Okay.
Sure, Jay.
But do they share the same phone?
Yes, Your Honor. And
Wow.
we all live.
Do we have the actual messages? Or
I mean, I have them transcribed, Judge, but I don't have the actual, I mean, I can pull them up and secure it, but I have transcriptions of the messages.
and as I'm understanding what you said, Ms. Blanche, there are specific references to this case.
Correct.
And so, and also as there's a risk that was heard, right?
And Judge, they are speaking in third party. However, there are parts of it based on the conversation where the victim said stuff like, they don't need me at the, then she stops and says, they don't need her at the prelim. So there's switches. I mean, there's deliberate inferences to the case, and there's deliberate, where she switches how she refers to herself in third party.
So at a minimum, it would seem to me if it's the same number and given that, there would be indirect contact with the victim, if even not direct contact.
Your Honor, may I speak?
Yeah.
They do share the same phone. I have my own phone, but it's in property. Every time I do call the number, Your Honor, but I specifically tell Sarah, walk out of the house. I cannot talk to Amanda. We can't pass messages.
When do you say that?
I specifically say it should be in her transcripts.
No, and it says, you doing okay? The victim says, yeah, just still hurt. He says, what? She says, I'm still fucking hurt. He says, you hurt? She says, yeah. He says, where are you hurt at? My ribs. Your legs? No, my ribs. Your lips? No, my ribs. Oh, your ribs? Take a couple ibuprofen or something. I mean, and that's where,
Got it.
All right. Yeah. When you're a defendant and you see Jessica Blanche is your prosecutor, I would immediately get scared. I would just be like, plea deal. I'm not even going to try this. Not even going to try it. All right. That's it. I'm going to let this play out. There's about a minute left. You guys all have a great rest of your day. Hopefully, to every guy out there that has 2 girlfriends, be careful. Don't call them in jail. Okay. That is my advice for today. You guys have a great day. Until the next time. Bye.
thank you, Judge.
Preliminary examination is set on the 30th. This time I'm not going to revoke his bond. I'm going to leave his bond. So your motion for bond reduction is denied. Defendant's phone privileges are hereby ordered revoked. Thank you.
And that's July 30th, Your Honor, you said?
Yes, July 30th, before Judge Freshow.
Okay.
Thank you.
At what time, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
9.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You're going to want to talk to me at some point. Court calls the case. People versus Vasquez David. At some point, I'm going to need to talk to somebody. Okay, you're it.